Welcome to Schmed Talks. Actually, welcome to chapter 2 of Schmed Talks. This chapter is called Self-Prioritization. I could have said prioritizing yourself, but I wanted to sound a little bit smarter. I really did, and I hope I nailed it. But we actually have a special guest in today's episode. It is this pimple that decided to grow on my face. Okay? Glad you're happy to be here. But self-prioritization. I also want to thank everybody that commented last week, their goals and what they thought about the video. I appreciate it. We will be talking about the goals and our new goals at the end of this episode, so stay tuned. But self-prioritization, you may ask, what is that? That is prioritizing yourself. You remember the goals that you set for yourself? That's self-prioritization. That is putting yourself first. You know the birthday parties you show up to for your friends? Okay. You know the dinners you take your friends out to when they do something good in their life, or, for graduation, you give them a gift or something like that. That's prioritizing your friends, right? Okay, now imagine you did that for you. Imagine you graduated and you bought yourself a little present, or you got a promotion at work, so you took yourself out to dinner. I did that last year, 2024, okay? The guys were in Boston. I'm the assistant. They come up to me and they're like, what do you think about opening the show? Don't like that idea, but I'm glad I did, okay? I felt so good after doing that. I felt like I was on top of the world. I got back home the next day and I took myself right to my favorite restaurant, sat down, ate everything that I wanted to, and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. You know why it was beautiful? Because I was there for me. I was there for me. I didn't wait on anybody to celebrate me. I got home, I went right to the restaurant. I did not wait for a single thing. So that's what I want people to practice here. If you're watching this, practice that. I'm not saying that you're going to be on stage or, wait until you're on stage, but wait until something good happens in your life. Anything. But when something good happens in this life, go treat yourself, okay? Life is so hard, okay? We have to go through so many obstacles and challenges in this life just to see light. You saw what I did there? Us humans, we have to go through so many challenges and obstacles in this life just to see the light, okay? So when you see that light, go celebrate yourself. Go and show up for yourself. Be there for yourself. When I say show up for yourself, set those goals. Go get active. Go take care of your body. Go eat some good food. Anything. Go read a book. Go play that video game you've always wanted to. Just show up for yourself. Go take a walk. Anything. But stop waiting for people to celebrate you, for you to celebrate you. Do it on your own time. You finished the book? Beautiful. Have a nice little lunch. I'm not even kidding, and I'm not bullshitting. I celebrate myself for everything. And, to everybody that's not in the right headspace, right? Life is hard. It really is. You heard what I just said. You got to go through a lot of obstacles and challenges in this life just to see the light. Well, I have a friend named Dylan, okay? One of my best friends. And he's a very wise individual. He's actually the friend that shaped me into the person that I am today, and I'm not even kidding. But he used to tell me something. I used to work at Major League Baseball, and it was my dream job. I loved working there. I really, really did. But I was in a very depressive state while working there. And he told me one day we're out to lunch, and he told me to look around. And he's like, you see all these people, man? None of their lives stop because you're depressed. You're only slowing yourself down, but none of these people's lives will stop if you're depressed. You see the time? You see the time? Tell it you're depressed. Tell it go. See if it stops. It doesn't. He's like, you got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. Because the one thing that does not stop in this life, and I'm holding you by the face right now, the one thing that does not stop in this life is time. And it is the one thing we don't get back. So you could choose your life. You could spend it being depressed, or you could bounce back and make the rest of this life the best thing you could ever live. And that's the route I'm trying to work on. I feel like since that day to where I am now, oh, I've come a long way. And do I have my bad days? Oh man, I do. But it reminds me that I'm human. And I, I love the good days better than the bad days for sure. But the bad days make me appreciate the good days a little bit more. And that's that quote that he said to me that made me realize that time waits for nobody. When I realized that another day of being sad, another day of not producing, another day of not doing anything is just a wasted day because that time is time I don't get back. That opened my eyes. That opened my eyes. And I really do hope it opens yours. I really do. What we do for others, we have to do for ourselves. How can we love somebody if we don't love ourselves, right? Like if we're in relationships, how can we properly love somebody if we don't love ourselves? If we don't show ourselves what true love is, how do we know we're receiving true love? How can you properly show up to people's birthday parties, graduations, just parties and celebrations if you don't celebrate yourself? You might end up having envy in your heart because you feel like people don't do that for you. But who cares if people do it for you? As long as you do it for you, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And you need to understand that. You are all you need. Having friends is a blessing. Having people in your corner is a blessing. But when you have yourself, you've won. And I promise you that. I promise you that. Like, there's so much more that I would love to do in this life. And there's so much more that I will do in this life. And yeah, I need certain things to fall into place. But I feel like in order for me to accomplish anything in this life, I need to prioritize myself. I need to put myself first. And I need to show up for myself the same way I show up for the people around me. And that's very, very, very important. So, I want everybody that's watching this to practice that, okay? Remember, not every day do we see the light. But we got to be there for ourselves. And don't forget, most importantly, don't forget to celebrate yourself. Take yourself out to lunch. Okay, take yourself out to lunch. Take yourself to the movies. Take yourself to buy a book. Take yourself to buy something. Whatever it is, it doesn't got to be the most expensive thing. Get a bagel, get something, but treat yourself. Okay? Treat yourself. Let's talk about the goals, though. Let's talk about the goals. Last week, I set 3 goals for myself. I gave myself a bonus goal because I thought I was cool and I thought I had shit on lock. But in reality, I only accomplished the bonus goal. I had 3 goals. One was to post 2 TikToks a day. The other one was to fix my sleep schedule. I wanted to do 12 to 8. And I think I gave myself the bonus goal, which was apply for a job, right? I think it was like apply for a job. So the only thing I did do was I applied to many jobs and my recruiter reached out to me with an opportunity. That opportunity fell through, but I'm still giving myself the credit because I still put myself out there to apply and to see what was out there and try to get a job and everything like that. Where I failed was the sleep schedule. Okay, I was so close to getting it back. Even today I woke up at 8:30 in the morning. Today I woke up at 8:30 in the morning and I was awake. I was chilling, I was doing great. But I rolled over, I saw my girlfriend laying there. She was still sleeping a little bit. and I cuddled her and I knocked back out and didn't wake up until 12:30. Um, so that's a fail. There was many days this week that I woke up early that I was up for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then I'd lay back down and fall back asleep. So while there's progress, nothing is really happening. And the one that actually upset me the most was the 2 TikToks a day. Um, I didn't even come close. I posted 3 TikToks in the entire week, and that's a huge fail. Had I posted 7, okay, that's one a day. At least you tried. 3 in the whole week, you didn't even care to try. And we must hold ourselves accountable, okay? We must hold ourselves accountable. And while, you gotta realize, like, oh, we're human, this is our first time living that life, that excuse can be used a few times, not every time, okay? I set the goals. I knew what goals I was setting. 3 posts in an entire week after I wanted to get to 14. Yeah, you just didn't try at all, Ahmed. You tried like you didn't even care to try. I wouldn't even say you didn't care to try, cuz 3 posts in an entire week? What happened? What happened? And the Bachata series, you posted your first video about 10 days ago, you're only on day 3. How does that make sense? Your lack of consistency is going to be your biggest punishment. And that's the thing. The sleep schedule. Okay, it's not easy to fix the sleep, but the posting? Sorry, I just almost broke my table. But the posting? You should know better than that. You should do better than that. You should do better than that. So while I'm sitting here and holding myself accountable, I am not going to allow this week to define me, because as we are human and we're not always going to accomplish every goal that we set. I want to show you that not every video that I do will be, oh my God, he accomplished every goal. Nah, we're human. Sometimes we're not going to accomplish anything. Sometimes we're going to accomplish one. Who knows? But the TikToks and the sleep schedule goals will remain. And I'm going to stick with 2 for the time being. I'm going to stick with 2 for the time being. I'm not going to try to overwhelm myself. And the goal starts today. But while it's okay to fail a goal, at least go out trying. I didn't try one bit, and I'm disappointed in myself. And that's what this channel is for. This channel is for holding ourselves accountable. So I want everybody to take this time to comment below if you have or haven't completed a goal. If you haven't, keep that goal and add one more. If you have, let's set some new goals and comment them below. But I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, self-prioritization. I hope I spat some wisdom there. I hope my little pimp in the crib right here, didn't take away from my words and what I was saying, and you didn't just focus on that. But I do appreciate and love every single one of you. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you so much for being there with me on this journey. Everything we go through, we're going to get through together as a community. I love you all so much. I hope you have a blessed week.